New York Knicks fans have lost their minds as a recent trade proposal between the New York Knicks and the Portland Trailblazers is just absolutely absurd, and we're going to break it down. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest, and we're going to jump right into things as we always do, because this trade that I saw on my Twitter feed was so absurd that I knew I had to jump on and make a video about this. So let's take a look at this abomination by Eddie Presti, who asked, would you pull the trigger on this trade? DeAndre Aton for Mitchell Robinson and Bojan Bogdanovic plus 3 first-round picks, 2 protected and 1 unprotected. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Would you want to trade Mitchell Robinson, one of the best defending centers in the NBA, and an expiring contract in Bojan Bogdanovic that you could opt into a team option to use him as a trade for, an actual star player, along with 3 first-round draft picks for, DeAndre Aton? No. Obviously, the answer is no. Why the hell would anyone do that trade? Look, let's put it this way. If I never watched basketball, and all I did was sit at home, use that TV right there, and play NBA 2K with that PlayStation right there, and see that DeAndre Aton was the first overall draft pick, and now he's played, 7 good games of basketball in his NBA career in a row for the first time ever, and 25 and 15, it's good. It's really good. Would I trade 3 first-round picks for it? No. In fact, I wouldn't trade 3 first-round picks, Mitchell Robinson, and an expiring contract in Bojan Bogdanovic for DeAndre Aton. And maybe I'm crazy, but I think if you did that, or even thought that that's a viable trade option, you don't watch basketball, you don't like the New York Knicks, you don't know who Mitchell Robinson is, and you think that because a guy was picked first overall, 5 years ago, that maybe, just maybe, after 7 good games in a row, that's the guy. We did it. We did it. We found the guy. He played 7 good games. He did it. 7. That's a week's worth of good basketball games, guys. Let's trade all of our assets. Or not all of them, but let's deplete our assets so we can't trade for a star. So we just have DeAndre Aton and his embarrassment of a contract that the Phoenix Suns were forced to give him because he was the first overall pick, and he didn't pan out. Now, I don't know if maybe DeAndre Ayton's playing well because he's finally getting opportunities and being aggressive, or if he's just taking steroids again. I don't know. I really like DeAndre Aton as a player. I think he's fun to watch when he cares. But also, whenever he plays Mitchell Robinson, Mitch destroys him. Mitch, I would rather have alone over DeAndre Aton. If you said, could I swap them and get DeAndre Aton for over $30 million per year, or Mitchell Robinson for half of that, I'm taking Mitchell Robinson. Why? Because I could trade that contract. No one's giving 3 first-round picks for that. No one's giving 3 first-round picks for DeAndre Ayton's contract. No one. No one at all. What the hell is that trade? I know Mitchell Robinson's stats are not the greatest thing you'll ever see, but he's effective, he's useful, he's an elite defender. Yeah, he shoots free throws probably around at the same clip that I would if I were in the NBA. But that's fine, because he's one of the best defenders on the planet. Want to know who's not one of the best defenders on the planet? DeAndre Aton. Want to know who no one thinks of when they say defense in the NBA? DeAndre Aton. Want to know who no one thinks of when they talk about basketball in the NBA? Portland. Because they're not good. They lose a lot. Most of their games are losses. And they have some nice enticing prospects. Jeremy Grant's a good veteran. Anthony Simons is having a great year. And Shady and Sharp is solid. Scoot's figuring it out, given he threw his entire shoulder into Jalen Brunson last night. And DeAndre Ayton's reaping the benefits because he just should be the leading scorer on this team. He isn't. He's not. He's not a leading scorer. He's not one of the leading scorers on this team. He's not second. He's not third. So why the hell would we trade 3 first-round picks for a guy who's not a top 3 scoring option on a bad basketball team. Like, are you dumb? I think this guy's dumb. I think it's really dumb. I think it's so absurd that we have Knicks fans putting stuff out like this, and then you wonder why Knicks fans get so much hate. Because we have to cover for people who don't watch the sport, who just want clicks on Twitter. That is why people don't like Knicks fans. Because of that guy. Because of Eddie Presti. Talking BS. It's absurd. If you go to similarity scores on Basketball Reference and look up DeAndre Aton, the closest similarity, which means in win shares, is Mitchell Robinson. Now here's the thing. Mitchell Robinson and DeAndre Aton were in the same draft class, except there's a difference. DeAndre Aton was picked 1st overall. Mitchell Robinson was picked 36th overall. That just shows that Mitchell Robinson is out kicking his coverage, while DeAndre Aton is just going to be the guy who was picked before Luka. Because Marvin Bagley was picked 2nd overall, and everyone forgot Marvin Bagley is in the NBA. So, now DeAndre Ayton's the guy who got picked 1st overall instead of Luka, when the Suns had recently hired, at the time, Igor Kokostov, who was Luka's coach. And Kokostov wanted to pair Luka and Devin Booker together, saying that that would be one of the best backcourts in the NBA. I, at the time, agreed, given no one cares, because I was in high school. And they didn't. They picked DeAndre Aton, and he was a draft bust. But now he's been good for 7 games. So let's just throw the Knicks into it and say, hey, let's trade for him over the offseason because this'll stay happening. No, it won't. It's not going to stay happening. DeAndre Aton is not going to stay at this level. That's just not what's going to happen. I highly, highly doubt it. He's seizing opportunity because this Trailblazers team is depleted as hell. So let's not make boneheaded trades like this when you also have to then pay him at the end of his contract $20 million more than what you have to pay Mitchell Robinson. That doesn't seem like a good idea to me. That seems like the marking of a bad front office, and Leon Rose has been the best president of basketball operations the Knicks have had since Pat Riley. So, let's not go out and do stupid stuff like that ever. Let's not promote stuff like this, even though I just made an entire YouTube video on it. But yeah, I don't think that that's a good idea personally. Let me know down below if you think that the New York Knicks should just say screw it. But all you guys are probably going to say no. If any of you disagree, if any of you think that they should make this trade, comment down below why and how much weed you smoked to figure out that that was the right move. And outside of that, guys, have a good day. Go Knicks. Stay off Trade Machine, Eddie Presti, please, for all Knicks fans' sakes.